episode of Extinct Bricks Originals! Cretaceous Season 3 is closing in, so this time we'll be featuring the LEGO custom Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 3 Dimorphodon. But before we head on with this video, I'd like to say thanks to youtube.com audio library for this awesome background music. Please also like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification bell. To be able to support my channel, please do not skip on all the ads on all my videos. Thanks everyone! You may also like to follow me on all my social media platforms. We have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LYKA. There I will be post some of my exclusive photos and also some video clips as well. I know you guys are excited, so here are the winners on the Guess This PC contest. Let's start with the lucky picks, shall we? Expo Huetes, Jacktastic, Sharon Rosamanda, Bigo, Waldron, Inga, Benin Productions, Justin Nora, El Rey, Ethan Weiler, and Zacchaeus Adventures. Thanks everyone and congratulations! Now for our top 10, Mr. T-Rex, Xenomorph 636, Jurassic Rex, Valen, Lola Paris Martinez, Zaki PH, Gibby Swaza, Mr. KTO, Marcel Wittick, and Matthew Mark. Congratulations everyone! And thank you for your participation. For those of you who would like to join, here's how. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and it will link you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. And in the homepage, just click on the community link and you'll see there all my posts.
Back to the gondolas!
Genji Super Kick! Well, I'm excited for Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 3. How about you guys? Well, let's move on with the making of the Dimorphodon. At first, of course, would be the cake bashing part. And here I use several parts from the small raptors that I have and other, parts from LEGO that I would put up together to make this small pterosaur. I had very minimal sculpting on this, so it's really easy to move on with the next portion of this, process, which is primering. And for the primer, I actually use the same as usual, number 68 Bosnia in gray. So after that being dried, I usually examine, for things that I would like to use as reference. So aside from the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Dimorphodon that we saw earlier, I also looked into details of how it was actually seen in Jurassic World, which is this one. You can see here some details on the head with stripes, as well as some fur on the back, as well as a yellowish wing. It looks like, volcanic sometimes, but yeah, I will be doing this as well, and let's see how it looks like. I'm starting off with the overall body color. It is a mixture of green, blue, black, as well as some white. And although my camera is not picking the color up right, I think this will actually look like a sand green color to you. This is applied to all parts of the Dimorphodon, from the wings to the head, as well as the legs and the tail. The bottom part of the Dimorphodon is actually lighter than that of the base color of it, so I mixed the same color with some white and applied it on the bottom part, such as the lower jaw, the underbelly, And I also use this as the base color for the wings as well, because I will be putting in yellow, and you know how hard yellow is in terms of acrylics. So the wing color is actually a mixture of yellow ochre, some yellow, and a little bit of red. This is applied to both the upper parts and also the lower parts or the bottom parts of the wings. To create some definition on the arms of the Dimorphodon, I mixed a little bit of green with that of blue and then applied it to these parts. This same color will be used also for defining several details of this particular costumes, such as stripes on the tail, as well as those little hair growing on the back of the Dimorphodon. Now we go to the head details. The eye sockets of the Dimorphodon is actually color yellow, as well as some parts of the head as well. So I mixed some red with a little bit of white and some yellow and used it for these parts. To give the wings some definition, I mixed some yellows with some red and created this orange tinge to it, and then used it to create several speckles on the wings. Now it's time to paint the eyes. So I'm done with the other side, and I'm doing this side now. The color of the eyes is a mixture of yellow as well as a little bit of white, just to, make it more pop in terms of contrast between the red and also the yellow. For the finer details of this particular costume, I used the fine tip of a permanent marker, which is a green one, and use it to create several stripes on the head. This actually finishes off the details of this particular figure. This is one trick you can do when doing several very minute details, especially on the head. Instead of using the brush, you may use, permanent pen when all of the paint is already dry. Well, that is it for the making of the Dimorphodon. We can now move on with the next portion of this video, and this is one of my favorites. This is Assembrix. You can do it, and let's pull in! Now, counting up the number of parts this one has, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5. Let's start with the head. Let's connect the lower jaw. Now let's connect this to the body. The body already has a built-in wing to it, as well as the tail. We just need to attach the legs, which are these two parts. The right and the left. And voila! That completes the LEGO custom Dimorphodon figure. I hope you guys like it! And now that we're done with the Assembrix, it's now time for us to move on with the closer look. And my friend the GCL here is back for this closer look. He's enjoying himself, paragliding beside the Dimorphodon. And he knows that this particular dinosaur is one of your favorites, so he wanted to join me in presenting this particular custom of mine. This Dimorphodon is actually based off from the Jurassic World and Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Dimorphodon, which you've also seen in the making of the Dimorphodon earlier in this video. GCL will be back later for some size comparisons, but for now, in 1, 2, 3, go! Let's have the closer look! Ta-da! So for the closer look, you can see here that there are several parts here that you can see some LEGO hands incorporated into the Dimorphodon, such as those claws that you see on the tip of the wings, as well as that of the legs as well, and feet. On top view, you can see here that we have one stud on the Dimorphodon, and you can see some details such as stripes on the tail, which is very flexible, and also some hair on the back of the Dimorphodon. The legs of the Dimorphodon can actually be articulated as well, and then the head can move up and down, and can open and close its mouth. Taking it a little bit closer, you can see here that the details of the head will have several stripings from the bottom of the jaw going towards the the upper head as well. Okay, let's take off the Dimorphodon from its stand, and you can see here a stud receptor on the bottom of its figure. I am now here demonstrating the flexibility of the tail of the Dimorphodon, so you can position it any way you want. Additionally, the wing membrane here is also flexible. The arms of the Dimorphodon are likewise flexible, made up of flexible wires that I put up together so it can be repositioned into a certain walking stance, such as this one. And there you have it. It's like having a small pterosaur landing on your palm. Since the wings are actually flexible, we can also bring it back to its gliding position as well. You can have several options, or you can have it flapping or just spread out like that. And that's about it for the closer look on the Dimorphodon. I hope you enjoyed this particular portion of the video, guys. And after this, it's now time for us to have the size comparisons. And for the size comparisons, of course, we will be first introducing here again the GCL gliding towards the Dimorphodon. And taking out the paraglider, you can see here that comparing it with this particular minifigure here, I think this particular Dimorphodon is just about the same size or the right size with the Dimorphodon as that of the Jurassic World. I got inspired by Kenji earlier, so here you go. GCL Power Kick! Well, let's not fool around and move on with the video, shall we? The fossil accurate Dimorphodon is actually smaller than this one, but if we compare this with the photo above, which is size comparisons between the humans and also the Dimorphodon in Jurassic World, it's just around the same size. Okay, so let's move on with comparisons with my other pterosaurs so far. First up on the list is this Extinct Rex Tapejara. Now the Tapejara here would have, this very particular headpiece on it. It's really cute in terms of, coloration. I had this on yellow, reddish and also bluish tinges. The Dimorphodon has actually a long tail, while the Tapejara will have, a stout tail. Let's move on to the next comparison. This is the Extinct Rex Tropeognathus. Now, this Tropeognathus is actually based off from the Jurassic World game Tropeognathus. It's really colorful and I like how the stripes on the wings is actually looking like. Definitely, in terms of size, the Tropeognathus is actually larger than that of the Dimorphodon. Alright, thank you Tropeognathus. Let's now move on to the next one. This is the Extinct Rex Geostormbergia. The Geostormbergia is actually initially listed in the Indians list, so I decided to make one. This is also the same Tropeognathus that we see also in Dinosaur movie back in 2000, the Disney one. Let's move on to the next one. And since this one is a really big pterosaur, let's adjust the camera a little bit. This is the Extinct Rex Quetzalcoatlus. This Quetzalcoatlus stands like that of the giraffe. It has a really long neck and a really big head. And of course, in terms of size, definitely it is of no comparisons between the Dimorphodon here and the Quetzalcoatlus. Okay, now that we're done, we can now move on to the species roll call. But before we go there, guys, if you have any suggestions of what other pterosaurs you'd like to see next on Extinct Rex, you may comment down below. Don't be shy, guys. The GCL would also like to invite you guys to take a look at the Extinct Rex playlist. There, you will see all those videos that I've lined up for you guys, including all the pterosaurs you see here. The Extinct Rex playlist will be a mixture of dinosaurs, marine, pterosaurs, as well as megafauna creatures, so check them out, guys! So much for that, let's move on with the species roll call. This is the Extinct Rex Geostormbergia, my Quetzalcoatlus Firebeak, This is Propiagnatus. This is the Tapihara. And of course, the star of the show here, my extinct breeds Jurassic World Cretaceous Dimorphodon. Yeah! Well, it's almost end of the video, so let's have some last looks at the Dimorphodon. The name Dimorphodon actually came from the three Greek words di, morph, and odon, meaning to form tubes. This relatively small pterosaur lived 200 million to 176 million years ago and is part of the Macronoptera family. It can grow up to a length of 100 centimeters, a weight of 2 kilograms, and a wingspan of 1.4 meters. Not bad, huh? Amidst the pandemic, the GCL here is enjoying himself paragliding along with the Dimorphodon. Well, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you like it and enjoyed this video as well. And don't forget, guys, please support the adventures of Moira and Usher. Subscribe, like, and also watch their videos as well. And as we always would say, let your inner dino break roar! Thanks everyone, and bye!